October has flown by, and it certainly was an action-packed month, with impressive stories, grand gestures, a whole range of emotions, and even the odd laugh or two. Join us for a look back at the top 10 moments for October. The Keepy Uppy challenge saw the Bundesliga clubs face off in a totally different ballgame, trying to keep these objects in the air whilst working against the clock. Which team came out on top with the quickest time? Here are the decisive final few seconds.
Mats Hummels with the dice. Almost dancing his way round the flagpole. Oh, lovely touch, but he's picked up another penalty. Time is ticking away now for Bayern. Not quite in. 7 penalties racked up, despite the fact that there was some nice skills on display from Messrs Hummels and co.
An impressive effort, but the final time has to include an additional 21-second penalty, which means that the Keepy Uppy champions are the boys from Dortmund. Congratulations to the Black and Yellows. There was a star-studded visit at the Allianz Arena.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is back in Bavaria. Bayern against Köln. The running man and red heat of Bayern. And who's the Terminator now? Great goal from Kimmich.
It was a real thriller in Munich as Bayern took a first-half lead. Kitted out in his Bayern scarf, Arnie was clearly enjoying himself. But Köln hit back to make sure the action wasn't finished there.
This time it goes in! Modest makes it 1-1. Is he going to be Köln's last action hero?
1-1 was the final score, meaning FC Bayern dropped points at home for the first time this season. But safe to say the Terminator has taken to his role as a fan of the club. We reckon he'll be back.
It was a fantastic game. I've said it already. I'm 69 and this is the first time I've had the chance to watch a game in Munich. And it was a great one as well. Bayern against Köln. Really fantastic.
The Hollywood actor's appearance in Munich was one of the most memorable moments of the month.
Where on earth is Costa going?
We remain at the Allianz Arena for number 8.
That's got to be the best shot of the match day.
In the starring role this time, though, was Douglas Costa. After he made it 2-0 against Borussia Mönchengladbach, his celebration went around the world.
Costa! Costa scores! He does not miss. Well, not often, and not with a selfie.
The selfie he took with his cousin quickly became the stuff of legend.
Gnabry through here, and Gnabry rounds the goalkeeper, and Gnabry scores!
Next up is Serge Gnabry's goal against Darmstadt. His teammates seem to have already given up the ghost as the pass to him looked unreachable. Or so we thought. Power Serge pulled this clinical finish out of nowhere to add yet another stunning goal to his collection. These scenes were truly moving.
What a show of support for Breel Embolo, having suffered a complicated injury last week against Augsburg.
October wasn't a happy time for Breel Embolo, as the Schalke youngster picked up a horrific injury that looks likely to keep him out for up to 6 months. But a week later, his teammates and fans showed him he was in their thoughts. As the Schalke lineup was announced, the Veltins Arena rang out with just one name. Our thoughts are with you, Breel Embolo. Get well soon. It's a nod to Bundesliga 2 now, as Carlos Mané became an instant hit with VfB Stuttgart.
And Stuttgart will get us underway, looking to get up and around those promotion places once more. Benjamin Pavard, top through to another one. Here's Mané. Mané's through! And Mané has opened his account for Stuttgart. Just over a minute into the game, and what an impact from Carlos Mané. Zimmerman through to Özcan Mané, through again here! That is simply incredible! Absolutely sensational, a brace inside 4 minutes for Mané. What a start by the 23-year-old.
It was the quickest double ever scored by a debutant. And Mané was back in the spotlight again 2 weeks later. This sitter he missed against 1860 München was equally unforgettable, but for all the wrong reasons.
And Mané, oh my word, how did he miss? That will have to go down, and at least the miss of the season. He just had to put it in the net.
In fourth spot, it's a new Bundesliga record.
10 penalties on match day 7, and 5 have now been missed. That has never happened before in Bundesliga history.
A goal down, fans can barely watch this. Aubameyang saved! He fails from the spot. Rune Jahrstein comes up massive there for Hertha Berlin.
Colak scored from the spot in the last game. He's been denied by Jonas Russell. It wasn't a confident strike at all by Antonio Mirko Colak.
Andre Hahn, the former Hamburg junior, from the spots, and saved by René Adler. Andre Hahn denied, it stays 0-0 here. Across his goal, moves his feet, and makes a super stop here from the penalty. Can Stindl succeed where Hahn failed? Off the crossbar this time, 2 missed penalties. Hahn first half, Stindl second. Gladbach just cannot find a way to find the opening goal today.
The 10th penalty on match day 7, and it's been put wide by Emil Forsberg. What an awful penalty. He's a country mile away from the target.
Bremen versus Leverkusen on match day 7, and the part played by Osman Mané will live long in the memory.
Well worked move off the training ground. Junuzovic was there, and it's gone in. It's Mané. What a story! The 19-year-old who travelled from Gambia, unaccompanied to Germany. He's found a home in Bremen. They love him here. And Osman Mané has just scored his first ever Bundesliga goal.
The feeling is unbelievable. If I have to ask myself that I scored the winning goal today in Weser Stadion against Leverkusen, this big team. I was so lucky to be able to get the chance. Because the ball just came, I was like, okay, what should I do here? I just throw myself there and then just shoot. So I was lucky to have it go. So the feeling is just unbelievable. I don't know how to explain it myself.
Bremen won the match 2-1, and the teenager from Gambia was the man of the hour. Now here's one proud father, Karim Onisiwo, whose little boy was born during Mainz's match against Ingolstadt. Onisiwo got himself in a bit of a panic before kickoff, as he had actually been selected in the starting lineup for his side when a call suddenly came from the hospital.
He said, "Hey coach, what should I do? I really want to play, but my baby's on its way." I told him, "Get out of here. It might be the only time you get to experience this."
The news that a healthy baby Leroy had been born reached the stadium at half-time, and inspired by the events, Mainz scored twice in a fruitful second half to win 2-0.
We celebrated the birth of little Leroy Onisiwo in the right way with a 2-0 win. Now we've got good reason to keep on celebrating.
Karim Onisiwo and his son Leroy undoubtedly provided the highlights of matchday 9. It was surely the most touching moment of the month. On matchday 7, Marco Russ was greeted by his opponents with hugs all round. The Eintracht Frankfurt captain had won his battle with cancer, and the FC Bayern stars paid tribute in the best way they could. The hug shared by Russ and Rafinha in particular became an image recognised the world over. The Brazilian then put his emotions into words with a heartfelt post on social media, which Eintracht were quick to acknowledge. diagnosis came in May 2016 and Marco Russ's fight against cancer began. But at the same time, Eintracht Frankfurt awarded their captain an extension to his contract. These wonderful gestures showed the human side of football, and the reaction of the Bayern players, and especially Rafinha, was a genuinely moving sight.
The flicks, the tricks, the flair, the swagger.
Runs over the effort. The first goal of the Bundesliga season is an absolute crack.
Pick me. Pick me.
Take part now.